Hello, welcome back to Journey to iOS vlog. So today I will be talking about something that's a little bit advanced. If you've been using iPhone or iPad for a while and you are within the Apple ecosystem with all the iOS goodness, you will find out this will be really quite interesting. Maybe you haven't tried this, maybe you don't know, but you might see here there is an app called Workflow. I'm gonna press it, and this workflow app, as you can see, there's actually a special thing about it. This app actually allows you to do a lot. It's almost like a combo. You can do a combo of commands, or rather like a functions from all kind of different apps, and you can pass data between apps all in one go, and you can customize this workflow. What do they call it? They call it like a workflow commands maybe, but you can create all these kind of presets, and the presets work in a way that you can customize between apps, passing data, or maybe like looking into clipboard, and it's become kind of like a quick automations for a lot of things. I can give you example. The first one, the simple one, there's a shuffle new jape. So this is actually talking to Apple Music. Since Workflow was purchased by Apple a while back ago, Workflow actually becoming a lot more useful. It's not fully incorporated with Siri yet, but I think it's coming soon. And that shuffle new jabs actually talk to Apple Music. So Workflow and Apple Music has a lot of interesting functions. If I just tap on it, it's gonna play a music a little bit. So I have to stop it real quick to avoid copyright. Okay, so yeah, I run it. So I just gonna stop it. So it's playing new japes at a random song. It's pretty cool actually. So that's Apple Music's example. There is a Pythonista test. So this one, if I run it, it's gonna open up Pythonista app, and then it's gonna run Python script that I created. So this one just print out you are awesome, but you can do a lot more where maybe you are inside an app and then you want to just use the share sheets, and you can run a certain script using Workflow and Pythonista. That's really advanced, and I might give something that's more interesting. Okay, for example, a notes, right? Let's say I want to ask Siri to read me a notes with certain title. I can try doing that using Siri. Try doing that hundreds of times every day, then it's becoming like a little bit of a chore. Even though you just say it, it's very easy. You just say it, but you want to automate it, and maybe you want to create custom reader for notes. Currently, as far if I'm not wrong, Workflow is not incorporated with Apple Notes yet, but Workflow can work with third-party app like Evernote. So inside Evernote, if I'm not wrong, I already have a notes, and the notes actually says this one, hello world quick test. So I can try running my workflow here. It should actually try to get a notes with certain conditions. Actually, I might actually hit a bug.
Quick test note written on Evernote and will be read by Workflow.
Notes
Grimacing
title,
face.
Hello.
This is rather cool actually.
It was actually titled Hello World. And there is no tag in the notebook. And it's gonna use speak text to read the text. Yeah, it actually worked. If I run it from the workflow app. So let me try again. Now it disappear. Let me check in my workflow. Maybe I just found a bug here. So let me double check. Now I think it might hit a bug where the command doesn't show up. But basically, the idea here is that for all the workflow that you created, it's gonna show up here in the widget first, and the first top 4 that you enabled will show up here when you force touch on the workflow, and that's gonna be really really fast. So if you ever want to ask a workflow app to read certain nodes or the latest nodes from Evernote with certain tag, you can just hit a button. You don't need to call Siri, just hit a button and then it's gonna run it. I think it's probably still running. Somehow it's there's a bug. But there are a couple of things like you can also set a timer and it will run in the background. So this is really really quite powerful. So let me try closing everything. Try running this again. It show up a little bit. Still trying. I think. Oh, I think I ran a certain app in the background. It's a brush teeth command. So that's actually running a timer for 2 minutes. So yeah, I think there is this meme maker. If I just gonna shuffle that. So this is all my commands. There's you can set a custom commands. Of course, you can say like ask it to take photo every 1 second, take a photo and then turn it into animated GIF. That's actually works as well. This brush teeth timer also works. This if you want to maybe create a custom workflow where you need to cook an egg for 1 minute, you can create that. It's easy. If you want to save file to Dropbox, or you can even use IFTTT. You know, like let's say you have a link to download a file and you don't want to do it on your app. You know, you want other computer to do it. You can use workflow, hit a button, send a command to IFTTT, and then let it download in the server and then send it to Dropbox. That's all gonna happen automatically overnight, or sometimes it's faster. And you just wait a few seconds and then you will see the file inside your Dropbox. So that's there's a lot of advanced
Quick test note written on
things that
Evernote
you
and
can
will be
do
read by
with
workflow.
just a single
Grimacing
workflow
face.
button.
This is
So there you
rather
go.
cool
Unfortunately,
actually.
there's a little bit of bug there, but yeah, but at least the Apple Music demonstration works and the notes thing kind of work as well. So yeah, I'll show you. Actually, I'm just gonna run it from here, get Evernote and just read it. So let me try play it. Okay, maybe you can hear that. Language, I can change it to English Australia. So that's gonna be using Siri dictation's voice. And let me open Evernote. Let's get my test notes here. And I just type a new notes. Workflow is awesome. Make Siri works with it, please, Apple. Okay, and I saved it, right? I saved it with workflow is awesome. Make Siri works with it, please, Apple. Thanks. Okay, it's gonna sync with the server and then go back to workflow. This one's still broken. So I just run it again. Yeah, see, it loads the text and it's give you confirmations. Basically, it's connected to Evernote, get the text from the notes, and it's reading it using Siri voice. This is all something that you can customize with all these commands. There are hundreds of them that they provided, and there's a lot of recipes that you can download as well. You can share it. You can share actions. Okay, the it's actually called actions. So workflow, if you can make a custom actions. You make something that's does repeating tasks for you every day, and then it's gonna create some kind of button. And once you're done, you just if you ever want to call it, you just force touch on the workflow and then just run it. So it's really cool, and you can sync it in all your devices, and then this is workflow will do it for you for free, and then you can share it with your friend. So this is, I think, really powerful, and this is the future. I think if Siri is gonna get an update, and then imagine if you just use a HomePod one day and then you just say to Siri, hey Siri, run workflow something, or if you're tired of speaking into speaker, then or speaking into Siri, you just create a button, and the button is really cool because it is gonna work with Apple Watch, with iPhone or iPad. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoy this kind of intermediate tutorial for iOS for the iOS vlog. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.